Get the work in first. Everything else feels like a reward after that.
Yes, Casanovians. So you probably heard about dopamine. Dopamine is the thing that makes us feel good because that's what we all want, right? We all just want to feel good. But when I was younger, I would try and shortcut my way to this feel-good state. I'd be engaging in low-frequency, mindless consumption. I'd be scrolling social media, wanking off to porn, stuffing my face with fatty processed foods. And all these low-frequency activities, they would dilute my desire to dominate the day. So if you've clicked on this video, it's because you want to become the most fuckable, charismatic, abundant version of yourself. You want to get more girls, make more money, and live a fully independent international lifestyle. And the way we do this is by removing the mindless consumption, getting rid of the scrolling, the wanking, the eating processed foods, and creating our own dopamine. The way that we're going to create our own dopamine is by having what I call a Renaissance day. A Renaissance day is where we stack at least 3 difficult activities back to back. By the end of the Renaissance day, as long as you actually do the 3 things that I'm going to lay out in this video, you're going to feel invincible. Yeah, you are going to feel unstoppable. You're going to have stacked so many wins that you'll get to the end of the day exhausted with accomplishment. This is how we create our own dopamine. It's by doing difficult shit. So the first difficult thing we're going to do is we're going to do sprints. Okay, so sprint field over there, Ephraim's already there. We're gonna do around 10 sets of sprints, okay? And by doing these sprints first thing in the morning, we're gonna release oxygen in our brain. I don't know about you, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm not on it, yeah? I'm not at it yet. It's like I'm getting bombarded by my own bullshit. I'm being attacked by the avalanche of anxiety. I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning laughing their tits off. It's just not realistic. So the way that I'm gonna get myself into this high frequency state so I'm ready to dominate the day is by doing sprints, okay? And this is what I recommend that you do as well. And before you're like, oh, well, I've got work in the morning, you can schedule a Renaissance day on your day off, yeah? So I'm gonna start off with the sprints. Ephraim's already engaged in them. And then once I've done the sprints, we're gonna go on to the next thing. Dude, this is what I do for a Renaissance day. Muddy as shit. Tell the people why you should start off your day with sprints.
The reason is, this is most likely the hardest thing you'll do all day. Honestly, day game is hard, but physically exhausting yourself to this point is, I think, much harder. You'll feel what we're talking about. There's like a rush of endorphins. Like, don't get me wrong, right now, I feel like absolute shit. I'm only 2 sprints in. But by the end, after our final sprint, when I'm chugging that water's gonna taste so much better. When I make myself that breakfast, it's gonna satisfy me way more than if I were to just roll out of bed and cook it without working. Get the work in first. Everything else feels like a reward after that. So that's my 2 cents. That's why you should start off with sprints.
20 minutes later.
So you can probably see, annihilated by the sprints, bro. Honestly, it's just a solid way of starting your Renaissance day. So like 1 length of the field and then back, that's 1 set. But I started doing these cluster sets where I'm basically doing like 2 sets in 1. And yeah, this is what it's about, like creating your own dopamine, like forging a new identity through the fires of adversity, finding things that you really don't want to do, making yourself viciously uncomfortable. Have your Renaissance day scheduled, 10 sets of sprints, find somewhere to do it. It could be a field, it could just be a random street. That's what I used to do when I lived in Leeds. There's a street nearby my apartment. I just went there. You mix in social freedom as well. People can see you outside with your shirt off, not really giving a fuck. People won't give a fuck either. Sprint's done. That's the first chapter of the Renaissance Day. Second chapter is doing a social freedom exercise. So the point of the Renaissance Day is to do things back to backs, okay? So limit the time in between activities. So just come back from the sprint field. I'm gonna go to a cafe, and basically what I'm gonna do is just record myself out in public. That's what I want you to do as well. After you finish the sprints, go straight to a public area. It doesn't have to be a cafe. It could just be a busy street in your city, and just record yourself out in public. What this is gonna do is it's gonna shine a spotlight onto you. The reason why you've got a lot of resistance to going over and speaking to people that you like is because you're caring too much about the spotlight. So the best way to overcome that, what I say to my guys, is don't avoid the spotlight, embrace the spotlight. So really put that spotlight onto yourself. So if you're watching this, you've got a phone, get your phone, find a busy area, and then marinate in that moment. By stacking these wins, by stacking these difficult things, you are going to start to feel more unstoppable. So yeah, I'm going to find the cafe, sit down there, and then we'll continue from there. Thank you. Cheers, boys. So, there wasn't that much activity going on outside. It was pretty quiet, so I thought I'm gonna bypass my own bullshit and come inside instead. So, yeah, you can see it's relatively busy. I could have pussied out and just like sat outside, but I thought, you know what? I'm gonna push myself because that's what I want you to do as well. So yeah, just find somewhere busy. If you do want to push yourself, then why not put yourself inside the actual cafe and just see how long you can actually marinate in here for. And you'll find that, I think it was Alfred Hitchcock who said there's no terror in the van, only in the anticipation of it. Yeah, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And you can see, like inside, like there's like a 12-year-old boy inside of me who's absolutely bricking it and who just wants me to get outside, retreat. But the longer you can actually train yourself to just marinate in here, realize that no one really cares about what you're doing. Like, there's not even any music playing right now in the cafe, so really my voice is being projected a lot more. But yeah, if you can just train yourself to stay in there, like whether it's staying in the conversation, staying in the environment, staying in the situation, just 30 seconds more than you feel comfortable, it's not going to be an issue anymore. So yeah, this is the second phase, the social freedom, and this has been made a lot easier by the fact that I already broke the ice for myself this morning by doing the sprints. Little kid over there absolutely screaming. But yeah, hopefully this inspires you. This is phase 2. The third phase is the cold approach phase. So I'm gonna link back up with Ephraim and get that going for you. All right, love you. Happy Halloween.
I just chugged my vitamins and did the dishes before you got back.
The social freedom was good.
What was it like?
So I was expecting to just be sat outside, yeah, but outside was dead and inside was super busy.
I like the way
So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go straight inside. Yeah. I'm gonna sit on a table in the center and I'm just gonna basically document how I'm feeling in the moment. It was so good because I went in there with full conviction, didn't even hesitate, just sat straight down.
Dice first.
Yeah, it was just like people just assumed it was normal. So yeah, I think the moral of the story is just be confident as fuck going into anything and people don't really care. Excuse me, hi. Do you speak English?
A little bit.
Amazing. Two things. First of all, what's the fastest way to get to the harbour? Like, do we need to take a bus or can we walk there?
How much time you have? You can go buy your food.
Oh, we're here for a month, so we've got a lot of time.
To harbor, ну я бы не выбирала. Ну почему нет? I wouldn't choose by. Слушай, он может дойти до моря.
You wouldn't choose what?
Yeah.
Why? Do you not think I'm fit enough? I could handle the war. I could handle it.
I think it's better to go for a walk.
You call me fat now? She's like, yeah, you need to walk. Are you two going to the harbour as well?
No, sorry.
We're not going to the harbour. Oh,
no.
That's sad. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I thought that could be the second date. We could all go to the harbour together. Wait, are you together? Are you like in a relationship?
No.
Oh, alright, fine.
No. Oh, do we should
Not yet anyway, I understand.
We're on the fence. We have
You're on the fence?
Yes, we have a working meeting today.
Are you Russian?
Russian.
I can say Privyet.
Привет.
Привет. Меня зовут Kristian.
Where are you from?
UK.
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 Как вас зовут?
Какой? Вау. Меня зовут Алена.
Приятно с вами познакомиться.
Wow.
Smash out. Как вас зовут?
Ksenia.
Ksenia.
We are dreaming to move to UK.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, well when you come to the UK, let me know. I've got accommodation, I've got friends, I've got people. Yeah, if you go to London, just say arrive in London. The first person you speak to, say we met Kristian in Paphos, and they'll be able to sort you out. Basically, we just sat here. Ephraim's ordered a cheeseburger, like a true American, and
unfortunately not McDonald's.
we were just sat here. I saw someone walk past, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go in for it." Went really well. She was from America. Exchange details. This guy's been going on instant dates. He's been getting number after number. How's it been for you today?
It's been great. So, like you mentioned, we stacked the hardest parts of the day first. Like we front loaded the difficulty of the day, and that really set the tone. Because once I came out here, I mean, it's funny because firstly I was getting blown out like time after time after time, but I felt so at peace. I think I even said it to the camera. I was like, I mean, those were blowouts, yeah, but having a friend with me and having gone through those difficult things with the friend, like it really made me feel okay with those blowouts. Whereas in the past, especially yesterday being on my own, like yeah, it was tough. It was tough going through blowouts yesterday. And yesterday was actually a pretty good day for me. So, but anyways, point being, we stacked the hardest part of the day in the beginning, and that really set the tone for when we came out here. So immediately after getting blown out 3 in a row, I go in for one, and there happened to be a common thread there. She was from Poland. I went to Warsaw, so it was cool. And then yeah, immediately after I went in for another. So just having somebody with me really allowed me to be okay with getting blown out and be at peace with it, because at the very next one, like we talk about, you never know which one will be into you. So the very next one went great. I mean, it was a fucking instant date, so it's been great for me.
The time that we've been together in Cyprus so far, it's just underscored the importance of having that network around you, like having that positive influence in your life, people you can bounce off, people who can give you the kick up the ass accountability. I feel a lot more socially free as well, like knowing that I've got someone with me who gets it, who's on the same frequency, someone that I can connect with. Even when we're not together, I know he's only like a voice message away. I know I can go around to his place. Like, it's all about that, you know. I think when it comes to creating your own dopamine, it's much better when you do have that network around you, because we all have our low days, like we all have those days when we're just not feeling it, where it's easier to bail on your mission. But if you've got other people who are as radically ambitious as you, then you don't really have an opportunity, right? You don't have time to be scrolling your life away or just mindlessly consume it. It's like, you just got to get at it. So go out and have your own Renaissance day, transmute information into implementation. Like, don't just watch these videos for entertainment. I want you to go out, I want you to have your own Renaissance day. If you resonate with me, you like what I do, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I actually want this opportunity, I want to be able to travel the world with Kristian, then click the first link in the comments, book in a free 30-minute consultation call, and we'll see if you're the right fit for the program. And I think everyone wants to do an outro.
Stay sexy, my friends.
You stay sexy, okay?